got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad. I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long.
Waking up to ash and dust, I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breaking in, shaping up, then it's a revolution, I suppose. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa.
Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. This is Kevin Harlan. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Jeff Teague in this one?
Well, an exciting player, Kevin. Incredible agility, and even when you think you have him stymied, he's great at maintaining his body control in midair and still getting a good shot off.
You know, one of his other qualities, Steve, is how quickly he starts to break. I mean, he doesn't need numbers either. He can be a coast-to-coast, rack-to-rack guy all by himself.
It's all about the Eastern Conference. That's where the action is today as the Atlanta Hawks get ready to battle. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
Well, they were unbeaten against this opponent last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Horford with a screen on a follow. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 6. Here's the floater. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. They get Jason Maxiell.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Quickly going back to what Steve just said, they brushed this team aside easily last year, and maybe, Clark, their favorite opponent to face.
Well, I think that probably was the case. I mean, they made the most of their opportunities against a team that really struggled. They had the upper hand clearly. You know, for a long time, the Magic were one of the tougher teams in the Eastern Conference, made the playoffs routinely, and even represented the East in the finals one year. That all came to a screeching halt last season, the first in the post-Dwight era.
All free throws good for Millsap. And for the Magic, they were in the bottom of the Eastern ladder, and everyone was stepping on their rung. A terrible record against the other teams in the conference.
Yeah, just 10 wins against the rest of the East. And, you know, that's not even the strong conference in the NBA. So
Maxiell kicks to Price. Price, right side, lays out. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. The Magic head coach and I had a chance to talk just for a bit. The frustration was evident in his voice when I asked him about the way their season had been developing. He told me, we've been learning the hard way that anything less than a 100% effort is not going to get it done. I want to see my guys a lot hungrier than they have been. That would certainly help, gentlemen.
Thank you, Doris. The pass to Ontic. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Maxiell. Lamb dishes to Price. The feed now to Maxiell. Pass to Lamb. Just 5 to shoot. the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Boy, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
The Magic shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
Free throw drops for Lamb.
For the last decade or so, Atlanta has been pretty consistent. Always seems to find a way to get to the playoffs, and part of that is they've been pretty good against the Eastern Conference.
Here is Gaines, defended by Lamb. Gaines gets the bucket. They look at Houdini. Not sure if you guys noticed on the way in, Nike already put him up center stage on a billboard.
Well, the Make It Count ad campaign seems to have him at the center of it. He certainly made it count in the NBA so far.
Yeah, well, he's earned this endorsement, that's for sure. I mean, Nike is getting their money's worth from this guy. He's big time. Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
And for Atlanta last season, 29 wins against the rest of the conference. Steve, not an amazing total, but ending up over 500 usually gets you a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
And a lot of people worried that they would fall out of the picture last year after they traded away Joe Johnson. You know, they're not a team that can contend for a title, particularly not now with the departure of Josh Smith. But, hey, they're relevant in the East, and they've got some good young talent.
Maxey hits them both.
You know, in the 9 seasons of the Southeast Division being in existence, the Magic have won it 3 times. Miami has taken the rest. After the way they looked last season, however, it might be a while before Orlando can take back the division crown.
Gaines kicks to Corbin. From outside, off the mark. Orlando leading by 9. Feeds it to Lamb. That's in, coming off an assist from Price. Lamb's got 5 points so far. And Clark, as you mentioned, the Magic had troubles in the division. Steve ending up finishing in the bottom of it with a 3-13 record.
But ironically enough, they gave Miami a lot of trouble. Maybe that was just because the Heat kind of took Orlando for granted, but it seemed like every time those two teams got together, the game went down to the wire.
Vucevic checked in for Orlando. Tobias Harris comes in for Jason Maxiell. The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to the Nuggets.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have, and once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
He feeds it to Gaines. Pass to Schroeder. He dishes it to Gaines. 4 on the shot clock. Schroeder passes to Korver. Hits the jumper in space. Korver's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
And Vucevic kicks to Price. Dishes to Lamb. Back to Price. He passes it to Lamb. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. The Hawks second.
Well, I thought this team last season was a team that had some beautiful dimes. I mean, they would spread the floor with their ball movement and spacing and player movement. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Nice passes leading to baskets.
Gaines kicks to Corbin. Passes it to Schroeder. From the arc. Another 3 for Atlanta.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
Price kicks to Harris. Harris gets the screen from Price. Left side, Harris. Stolen by Schroeder. Here's Brand. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Magic lead by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Monday, November 11th, the Atlanta Hawks go up against the Charlotte Bobcats. Make sure to catch it.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Magic?
You gotta like the...
Ontic, defended by O'Quinn. Gaines dishes to Korver. He kicks to Gaines. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Aaron Aflalo.
Well, Kevin, he's extremely adept at creating his own shot. You know, we got a lot of catch-and-shoot guys in the NBA, but players who can beat you off the dribble and score are tough to come by.
And he also is incredibly adept at running the pick and roll. He almost always makes things happen when he instigates that play.
That's good from Gaines.
The Southeast Division pretty top-heavy last year, but the Hawks, while not having a real chance to win the title, managed to finish second to the Heat in the division.
The Hawks making a switch here. Horford's checked in. And Gaines drops them both. And for the Hawks, Clark, as you were talking about, taking care of business, going 11-5 against the rest of the Southeast. Steve, they've always seemed to find a way into the top 3 spots of the division when it's all said and done.
Well, Kevin, I mean, let's be honest. This is not the toughest division ever. I mean, Charlotte and Washington have been really bad. Orlando was horrific last season. So, yeah, that number sounds great, but come on.
So on the floor for Orlando, Jason Maxiel is out there, Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Moore in at the point. The Orlando Magic coming to this one following a loss to the Boston Celtics.
And that game featured one of the least consistent offensive performances you're going to see from them, Clark.
Yeah, no spurt ability on display at all, fellas. I mean, they needed to make a few runs, but it just never was able to happen for them.
Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory.
You know, one of the things you always hear about Aaron Aflalo, he's one of the most dedicated professionals in the game. A guy who every summer goes back to his hometown of Los Angeles and works on his game diligently. I mean, he's the kind of guy that always seems to get better year in and year out, just looking to grow as a ball player.
Moore somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
The Hawks trail it. They'll be off to Charlotte for a meeting with the Bobcats after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Here is Gaines, defended by Moore. Clock at 6. And it's blocked. And now, in transition, it's Aflalo. Here we go. Moore passes to Harkless. And the shot falls short this time. And Clark, going back to Aflalo, you ask his coaches, and they're going to tell you,
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now. Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Yeah, I like that. Some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but I'd say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Vucevic comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Tobias Harris subbed in for Jason Maxiel. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, for the Atlanta Hawks this summer, they lost Josh Smith, but picked up a terrific signing in Paul Millsap. His contract cost them about $5 million less per year than Smith's does. And alongside Al Horford, they've got one of the best shooting front courts in the league. Guys, Millsap had the second best plus-minus in the league 2 seasons ago. He can really help this team.
A steady vet. Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, one of the savviest players you'll see, no doubt.
Here's Gaines. It's rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Harris setting the pick for Oladipo. Harris, Millsap covering. Vucevic with the bucket.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
And it's E'Twaun Moore with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Jenkins checked in. Now here is Horford, defended by Vucevic. Now Gaines. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Nuggets in Denver.
And he was so good defensively, anticipating every pass. He had a ton of steals in that game.
Well, Mike Budenholzer, you know, the new coach of the Hawks, spent 19 years with the San Antonio Spurs, including 17 as an assistant. Well, you couldn't ask for a better teaching ground than that.
Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Orlando. 6 to shoot. Gaines kicks to Horford. Shoots. That one wide left. And back to Budenholzer, who was with the Spurs for 19 years. Steve, the Spurs, the winningest team in pro sports over the last 15 years.
Yeah, I'm glad that Budenholzer has finally gotten his chance. I played for him for 4 seasons. He's a guy who loves the game. He's very dedicated, hardworking, and has learned from probably the best coach in the NBA during his time in San Antonio.
Gaines dishes to Brand. Rejected by Harris.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
The dish to Oladipo. Back to Harris. Lets it go. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Now it's a 6-point Magic lead. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Gaines kicks to Jenkins. The pass to Gaines. Defended by Oladipo. Can they get it? And he hits the jumper for 2. And that's 10 points for Houdini.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Moore with it. Now defended by Gaines. Moore passes to Harris. Kicks it to Oladipo. Back to Harris. Lots of room. Here's Nicholson. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Let's take a look at Al Horford. Some of the stats for him. What a year he had last season. 8th in rebounding. And he was so reliable all season long offensively, finishing in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, in terms of his rebounds per game, Steve, it was really a special season for him. He was a tough, physical player on the low block.
He misses the free throw.
You know, despite a bit of an apathetic fan base, the Hawks always seem to be pretty good at home. Won 25 of 41 last year and had a 44-38 overall record.
And the first half ends in a close one. It's the Magic leading by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Damon Bruce here with you for the halftime show. Orlando on top against the Hawks at Phillips Arena. And look at all those rejections, erasing easy looks, just making it hard around the rim. It's been a Victor Oladipo clinic in this one against the Hawks D. At the break, 11 points, and he's been able to provide some nice assists as well. And hanging tough, the Atlanta Hawks. Playing a team they know that they can beat, but will they? We still got a game. They've dialed up the tempo, ripping and running. It's been a fun one to watch. That's it for me here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the start of the third quarter.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. One guy who's been getting it done is Paul Millsap.
That was fun watching him in the first half, just breaking out the entire arsenal of post moves.
Yeah, I think he might even have a few more tricks up his sleeve, and he'll break them out as we start.
Gaines in at shooting guard. Kyle Korver is out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Horford. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Horford kicks to Schroeder, and that one's good. Schroeder's got his second basket of the night.
You got to like the way they've come out here in the second half. They're starting to knock down shots with regularity.
Yeah, and any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it usually means you're moving the ball, you're getting good looks, and the shots you want. And I think they just got to continue to play smart and play together just like they've been doing to keep the lead.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Atlanta.
And they continue to run and gun throughout the game, guys.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Vucevic checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Tobias Harris subbed in for Maurice Harkless. That one misses for Nicholson.
Well, the Magic ended up with just 20 wins on the season, which would be the worst record in the NBA last year, but they at least weren't dead last when it came to wins on the road. Still tied, though, for third worst in the league.
Price off a pick from Nicholson. Price dishes to Lamb. Can't hit. Good work defensively by Millsap.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
When you're a team like the Magic last season trying to find an identity in a rebuilding year, Steve, it can be hard to gel as a cohesive unit on the road.
Well, the whole year it seemed like a lot of the team was trying to figure out the kind of the nuances of the team dynamics, of the talent of the new coaching staff. And it's frustrating when you're just getting beaten up every night. But you got to go through that to grow as a group. And hopefully this team can be a little better on the road this season.
Here's Gaines. The three-pointer, no good. The Magic trail by 3. Price up top, defended by Schroeder. Price, the pass to Nicholson. That's good, and it's Price with the assist. Nicholson's got 4 this quarter. The Hawks shooting an outstanding 53% for the game.
Well, it was rather on the down low, but a very nice rookie season for 6'9" big man Andrew Nicholson out of St. Bonaventure. He didn't start playing basketball until the 11th grade, guy, but you'd never guess it from his well-rounded offensive skill set.
Clock is at 3. Gaines, no luck.
You have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
Lamb with the ball, now guarded by Gaines, taken away. And now in transition is Gaines. Here we go. That drops. Schroeder's got 9 points.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
And Clark, you mentioned the offensive gifts of Andrew Nicholson. Range on his jump shot, an array of moves inside. He comprises a nice little package.
Yeah, he's going to be an interesting player. Very creative offensively. He's got a soft touch with that jump hook, and you mentioned the ability to shoot from range. This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here is Gaines. Millsap with it, now defended by Nicholson. An even 3-on-3 break on the court for Orlando. Oladipo at the point with a follow at the 2. Jason Maxiell is out there with Andrew Nicholson, and it's Harris in at the 3. Here is Gaines, defended by Oladipo. And Matt kicks it to Gaines. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Hawks lead by 4. Orlando's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. And Oladipo kicks to Harris. The feed to Maxiel. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Millsap's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Gaines. It's hauled in by Harris.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Oladipo dishes to Maxiel. A jump hook. Mack grabs the miss. Max got his 6th rebound on the night. Horford with the screen on Harris. Feeds it to Gaines. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
A follow the pass to Maxiel. Ball stolen. He feeds it to Kira. Pass to Gaines. He dishes it to Mack. 6 on the shot clock. And it's blocked. And here's Oladipo. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Victor Oladipo, a 6'5" shooting guard out of Indiana. You know, when you talk about athleticism, toughness, defense, grit, work ethic, those are the selling points. And I think he'll be a stingy defender from day one. And as he continues to improve his shooting, Oladipo has a chance to be a star.
Free throw good from Oladipo. And back to Oladipo. And Steve, you mentioned his shooting touch still a little inconsistent, but Clark, more of a slasher at the college level that maybe could see an improved shot as he goes to the pros.
Well, he certainly has his fans among NBA GMs. The athleticism is there. The work ethic is there. I thought his shot improved dramatically during his college career. So this is a kid that I think is going to just continue to get better and better.
Both free throws good from Oladipo.
Clearly, Orlando was a team in transition last year. They had a group of younger, inexperienced players, and many times when that's the case, you'll get off the slow starts in games, and that certainly proved to be true for the Magic.
And Mack kicks it to Gaines. Dishes to Mack. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. And here's what's upcoming now for the Hawks. They'll be off to Charlotte for a meeting with the Bobcats after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Orlando, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Well, Clark, you mentioned that the Magic were at the very bottom of the league when it came to scoring in the first quarter of games. Steve, you got to get better as the game went on, obviously, but you can't start every game in a hole down like they did and expect to do well.
Well, we just go back to the roster, and that explains everything. I mean, you look at who they had, the lack of a go-to scorer out of the gates, and that explains the slow start. So this is really all about continuing to build the roster and try to put together some talent.
It's stolen by Oladipo. And blocked. And they're able to recover. A follow, that's good. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Orlando?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And something else they've excelled at is their interior defense. A lot of blocked shots for them tonight.
Now Gaines. 5 to shoot. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Aflalo.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Here is Gaines. He's guarded by Aflalo. Now Gaines. Pass to Horford. Gaines from 17 feet out. And the foul on Elton Brand. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Well, he gave the officials no choice there. Easy call, went right over the top.
Yeah, he's got to go straight up when he's under the boards in that kind of traffic. Can't chest first into the man in front of you. That's a foul.
Pass to Maxiel. He passes to Oladipo. He kicks it to Aflalo. No good off the front iron. The Hawks have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's Gaines. It is now to Mack. Outside Millsap. With the lead pass. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
And Oladipo kicks to Harris. And there's the pass to Oladipo. Aflalo outside. Out to Harris. From past the arc. There's the bucket. Good. Harris has got 5 points now this quarter.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He told the squad, now is the time when we turn it on and leave them in the rear view mirror. It won't be easy, but guys, I know we can put them away. Let's see if they can deliver, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. On offense, here are the Magic. They're on an 18-6 run. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. And upcoming the schedule for the Orlando Magic. It's off to Boston for them after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. The Hawks trail by 3. Millsap a screen. Here is Gaines. Shot clock at 6. Back to Brand. Unloads from 13. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Oladipo kicks to Harris. The feed to Maxiel. Lets it go from 11. Second shot opportunity. Atlanta with the rebound. Brand's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
Again, Millsap missing.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag.
That's a blocking foul, and he'll shoot free throws.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Oladipo. He's got 26 points, and he's hit 4 from beyond the arc. A weapon with those 3-point shots.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, he is using the long-range jumper to deadly effect, Clark.
And the first one drops. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Houdini. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
So that'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Basketball season has returned.
It's been a long time. Been a long time coming. It's life or death with me, man. But you know, there's no turning back now. This is what makes me. This is what I am.
Feel me?
You can hate me now,
QB.
but I won't stop now. Cause I can't stop now.
Brave hearts.
You can hate me now.
Come on.
You can hate me now.
QB.
But I won't stop now.
It was another rough fourth quarter for you guys, as you weren't able to seal the deal at the end of the game. Do you feel like your team lost this game, or the other team won it?
We lost it. This one's on us. We didn't execute in the fourth quarter like we needed to, and that made the difference in the end. The last few minutes is when guys got to step up and start making plays, and we didn't do that. But, you know, give them credit too. They did what they had to and kept us from getting ahead at the end. But I really feel like if we had done a few things differently, man, we would have won.
See the Bobcats getting ready to go. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Kemba Walker?
Ron, if you want to get better defensively, watch this guy play basketball, because it's like a textbook. I mean, he's always in the right position. He anticipates things so well, and he's as good at taking charges as just about anybody in the league.
And here's something else, Steve. He invites contact when he's attacking the rim. He doesn't try to finesse his way through anything. He's going through bodies.
The Hawks here looking to pick up one on the road before returning to Atlanta. They don't have a lot of great things going on right now, losing their first 6 to start the season.
You know, despite the bumpy start here, Kevin, this team has to remember that it's still early in the season. It's a long way to go, so they've got plenty of time to regroup and recalibrate, and they've just got to keep their eye on the prize and know that they can get better before they get worse.
Well, that's one way to look at it, but this start gives them very little margin for error going forward. So they have got to get things rolling here before the season starts to slip away.
You know, I love watching a guy like Paul Millsap play because he's so efficient in his movements, and he's crafty. He's able to score big numbers on guys much bigger than him.
And Millsap, not quite 6'8", but he's got everything else. Motor, skill level, and Steve IQ for the game.
Yeah, very well-rounded. And his wingspan really helps defensively. You know, he's led all power forwards in steals each of the last 3 seasons. So he really does a nice job defensively.
You know, last season the Hawks were a solid team on the road. Nothing spectacular. Really what you'd expect from a 3 seed in the East. Ended the year with a 19-22 road record. Not bad.
And the second free throw, good. Well, Clark, you said it about the Hawks last year, 19 and 22 on the road. You really need to hover around 500 on the road. Don't you think, Steve, to position yourself for the playoffs?
No question. As long as you can control your home court and get a good record there, then 500 on the road is just fine. But this is a Hawks team that's looking to take the next step, Kevin, to really becoming elite. They've been kind of stuck in the middle for a while now. And the offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
And the first one drops.
Well, you know, this last offseason, the Bobcats announced their intention to change the team name to the Hornets, reclaiming the name of the original Charlotte franchise that left for New Orleans in 2002.
And both free throws good for Jefferson. And just like New Orleans chose a name, the Pelicans, that has local significance, the Hornets, a historical reference to Charlotte's rebellious fighting spirit during the American Revolution, Steve. And you were just telling me about this. Fascinates you.
It does. I'm an American history buff, Kevin, and I'm also an NBA history buff. And you think back to the Hornets in Charlotte originally, they sold out for 9 straight seasons. So the Hornets nickname absolutely belongs in Charlotte.
And Walker kicks to Anderson. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. 6 to shoot. Rebound by the Hawks. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
Well, they were unbeaten against this opponent last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Now here's Millsap. He's coming off a 19-point game against Orlando. Teague dishes to Brand. And Jefferson sends it back. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Feeds to Walker. And stolen by Horford. Here's Mack, defended by Kid Gilchrist. Mack, the pass to Millsap, stolen by Walker. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Oh, look out!
Wow. Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
And Mack kicks to Millsap, defended by Kid Gilchrist. Here's Mack. The feed to T. 4 on the shot clock. 17-foot shot on the way. And he gets the jumper to drop. Teague's got his first basket of the night.
Now they finally connect with their 4th shot of the game.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to speak with the head coach for the Charlotte Bobcats. He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin, we'll see if they have what it takes.
All right, Doris. T kicks to Brand. Sinks the 15-footer.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Walker against T. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Here's McRoberts. And that one's good.
Guys, that's...
Here is Corver, defended by Kid Gilchrist. Now Gaines. His last outing, 16 points for him. Here's Corver. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Corver's got his first points in this one. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. 5th best, Kemba Walker.
He showed such great defensive instincts last year. Just a terrific defensive play.
Last outing for Charlotte, they won that game against New York.
And I thought the key was their ability to stretch the defense. They got hot from behind that three-point line, and that really gave them the margin they needed.
Yeah, that's right. It opened up things for them in a huge way. The defense was never able to get comfortable.
That drops.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Doubled by Henderson. Gaines dishes to Matt. Here is Gaines. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. John Jenkins checked in for Shelvin Mack. Here is Gaines. He's guarded by Ridnow. Just 5 on the clock. They set the pick. And it's sent back by Gaines. And so it looks like the Bobcats will retain possession here. Gary Neal's checked in for Gerald Henderson. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Ridnour kicks it to Neal. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Corver.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. So important to battle on the board.
Now, here's Scott. Corver passes to Ontich. The Hawks working the ball around. He kicks to Gaines. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Atlanta again missing. Bobcats leading by 6. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Neal. And he lays it up and in.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to Orlando.
Yeah, it was tough to see that one coming, really, because I thought that was a game they were going to win. Final score really caught a lot of people off guard.
Yeah, but I think they really tightened up at the end, Steve. I think they were trying too hard to avoid the upset instead of focusing on going after the win.
The Hawks trail by 8. It's blocked. Dishes it to Kid Gilchrist. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Well, he didn't quit on the play. He defended the shot, contested it, and then got back straight to the glass.
Here is Gaines. He's guarded by Ridnour. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense. Well, Kevin, he's extremely adept at creating his own shot. You know, we got a lot of catch-and-shoot guys in the NBA, but players who can beat you off the dribble and score are tough to come by.
And that's not all there is to say about him, Steve. I mean, he also is a master of the pick and roll. Get the ball in his hands and set a screen for him, and there will be an easy bucket after it.
1:53 left in the first quarter. He passes to Taylor. Taylor gets a screen from Haywood. And here's Neal outside. Gets it to go. Neal's got 5 points so far.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Gets the bucket.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession. You know, coming into last season, the backcourt for Charlotte was full of question marks, but after the way Kemba Walker blossomed and some of the other guys were able to fill in and step up, their backcourt looks a lot better now. And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Mark, just piling up points in the paint.
The Hawks trail by 7, and even though the Bobcats would finish near the bottom of the barrel again, they did show that they have some pieces to build around. Steve, not only Walker, but also Michael Kidd Gilchrist as well.
Yeah, and I like Jeffrey Taylor, the young forward from Vanderbilt. They drafted Cody Zeller from Indiana, who's looked really good in the summer league, and he's proving to be a pretty solid player in the NBA. So this is a team that is starting to add some talent to this roster.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Atlanta. Bobcats leading by 7. And Neal kicks it to Ridnour. The 8-footer. Again, the Bobcats score.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Gaines kicks to Jenkins. And the pass to Gaines. Misses off the left iron.
Take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And, Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm.
And now in transition is Gaines. Here we go. The dish to Carroll. Pass to Ontic. Launches it. No good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Charlotte up by 9. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, H to the Izzo.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And from Walker.
Come take my walk, this road together through the storm, whatever weather, cold or warm. Let me
The
know.
Hawks trail by 11. And so in the game for the Hawks, Gaines in at shooting guard. Kyle Korver is out there with Mike Scott. And it's Ontic in at the center. Here's Gaines. Atlanta again missing.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Here's Walker. Open and close and nails it. Walker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Charlotte. For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Schroeder passes to Gaines. Outside, Scott passes it to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up on the wing. Can't get it to go. Now Charlotte takes it the other way.
Gerald Henderson coming off his best season, guys. Three-point shooting was one of his weaknesses, and he made a huge leap in that area. Shot around 37% from the arc, much better than his first 3 seasons.
Here's Ridnour. It's rebounded by Korver. Korver's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Hey, Kevin. Houdini in that last game against the Magic did some really solid work on the floor. He ended with 16 points, and he also added a few assists as he set up his teammates as well. A nice showing for him in what has been a rough start to the season for his team.
Doris, thank you. Well, guys, you know, he made play after play in that game.
Well, as he often does, Kevin, and we'll see. Maybe he'll explode again tonight because the momentum that he took away from that game, he's got to be feeling confident.
Well, I don't know if it'll carry over, but clearly the fact that you have a high-level performance in your recent memory bank has to do you some good. And like you said, Steve, we'll find out tonight whether it continues.
And Gaines drops them both. Well, going back to Henderson and then the three-point shot, despite his improvement, not one he leaned on that heavily.
Well, that's smart because if you're not a great three-point shooter, you've got to be very selective. And more often than not, Henderson would shoot the corner three but avoid the longer ones. That's the sign of maturity. It's the sign of a player who understands his limitations.
Here's Ridnour. That doesn't go either for Ridnour. The Hawks trail by 11. He feeds it to Gaines. Now the pass to Schroeder. He dishes it to Gaines. Defended by Kid Gilchrist. Gaines kicks to Schroeder. The basket is good. The assist from Gaines.
Now the shots are starting to fall a little bit more than they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, they say it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive in golf. Well, a shaky start can be overcome because now they're starting to heat up.
Henderson kicks it to Ridnour. Feeds it to Zeller. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
A look here at last year in the NBA, where the Bobcats ranked. 6th in blocks, 8th in fewest turnovers per game. As far as free throw shooting as a team goes, not a strong suit. Top 20 in the league. A little bit of work to be done there.
And what really stands out is the blocks for me, because that's a team that really dominated the paint area. And when they were on top of their game, they were very physical. They fronted the post a lot, forced some difficult shots at the rim. And due to their length and their size, they were able to block a lot of shots down there.
And the basket by Horford.
And the defense just couldn't get a hand in his face, couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, made his height advantage count that time.
Ridnour dishes to Henderson. The feed to Jefferson. And the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Bobcats shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Atlanta making a switch here. Franz checked in. The Hawks trail by 10. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Gaines kicks to Schroeder. Pass to Horford. Dishes it to Millsap. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Shot clock at 6. It's a floater. And here we go with Henderson. Here's McRoberts. Good work defensively by Millsap.
You know, his finishing ability leaves a lot to be desired, guys. He needs to take it to the basket stronger.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Bobcats lead by 10. We'll have the start of the third quarter for you shortly. But first, it's the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Today's a day to honor our nation's heroes. It's Veterans Day, and this is the NBA Halftime Report. The Bobcats are making it look easy so far. A win here would propel them above 500 as teams jostle for early position. Kemba Walker just having his way against Atlanta. He's got a dozen points, and it's been a good overall defensive game for him. He's brought a nice intensity to the floor in this one. And the Hawks are still in it and going all out. They've capitalized on their trips to the charity stripe, and that's been crucial. Now let's get back over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of our crew as the second half gets underway.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The second half just about to get going here. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
Yeah, he was on a mission there in the first half, just trying to get into the lane.
Hawks trail by 8 at the 3. MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Ridnour out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Haywood in at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Charlotte.
For a long time, it's been about getting out and running for Atlanta, and that was really one of the strengths of the team last season as well. Really one of the better teams in fast break points in the league.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Teague against Walker. Horford. Here's Carroll. The shot is off. Solid defense right there from Hayward. Charlotte leading by 6. And Zeller kicks to Walker. Left side, Walker. A floater. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And for the Hawks, who are so good on the break, ended up 3rd in the league last year in fast break points. Steve, not a surprise with the athletes that team has.
Yeah, but that's changing, Kevin. Josh Smith's departure, I think, is a big blow. They're not as good in transition anymore, but they do have some exciting young talent, young players who can get out and run. So it's going to be interesting over the next couple of seasons to watch this team unfold.
Eldon Brand's checked in for Atlanta. Millsap comes in for Jeff Teague. And so Walker nails both of them.
We know the Bobcats had trouble getting wins against anybody last season, but you know what? They were a solid 6-10 within their division, which was better than both the Magic and the Wizards.
Korver passes to Gaines. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. At this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. The Hawks second.
I'll tell you what, if you had to pick one stat, at least on the offensive side of the ball, that benefits your team, this is it. I mean, when you're amongst the league leaders in assists, you're doing a lot of good things. Not just making shots, but you're moving your teammates and you're moving the basketball.
And back to the Bobcats in their division. They've been a bottom-dwelling team in the NBA for so long, but they've actually only finished at the bottom of the Southeast, Steve, one time back in the shortened 2011-2012 season.
Well, you know what I say about that? Thank goodness for the Washington Wizards, Kevin. But in all seriousness, look, this is a team that is playing in a poor division. There's room for growth. They're adding some talent. Within the next couple of years, they should be able to compete, but they still have some work to do.
Boy, a perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
And Walker kicks to Anderson. Pass to Ridnour. Outside, Walker takes the 3. That's good. And it's Ridnour picking up the assist. And that's 17 points for Kemba Walker. The Hawks trail by 8.
And a big improvement for Kemba Walker last season just because of his ability to be more efficient as a scorer. And a lot of that was just becoming more confident with his shot.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Ridnour dishes to Walker. Walker gets a screen from McRoberts. Kicks it to Henderson. Hits the front of the rim and out. And for Walker, better shooting percentages, Clark, from every distance last season.
And you always love to see that kind of improvement, Kevin. By player efficiency rating, the 8th best point guard in the league. Now, I don't like to get too enamored with those numbers, but there's some substance to those.
He kicks to Jefferson. Accurate with a jumper from the elbow. Jefferson's got 16.
You know, offensively, his quarter has been perfect. Not a single missed shot. They've got to keep riding it.
Gaines kicks to Millsap. McRoberts there. Here's Korver for 3. That's good. Korver's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's really stood out for his club today. Even though they're struggling a little bit, he's doing his part.
Millsap with the double team. McRoberts, the pass to Henderson. Walker. And a miss there on the triple.
This quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Yes, Kevin. Al Jefferson signed a 3-year, $40 million contract with the Bobcats this summer. He said growing up in small-town Prentiss, Mississippi, it's no problem for him playing in a small market, and he loves the fit with the team. Coach talked about the impact he can have, saying, quote, "The toughest thing to do is execute in the half-court offense. But when you have a guy like Al, it makes it a lot easier." Guys?
Sure does. Thanks, Doris. Here's Henderson. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bobcats.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
You also can't overlook how well they defended the rim, as they've challenged virtually every shot in the paint.
And it's Luke Ridnour with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. The Bobcats making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. Horford dishes to Gaines. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Kevin, we've got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. 2nd in assists, 7th in field goal percentage, and they were top 10 in three-point shooting. That's a huge part of their offensive attack.
And the key really to that club, in my mind, was the offensive unselfishness. This was a team, as you mentioned, Clark, that finished in the top 5 in assists per game. So it was the fact that they really shared the ball. They had good ball movement and a good plan of attack all season long.
John Jenkins checked in for Elton Brand. And Gaines drops them both.
Boy, that was solid. I'll tell you, he's one of the best there is up there at the foul line.
Ridnour with it. They set the pick. He passes to Kid Gilchrist. Clock at 6. Now, here is Ridnour, defended by Gaines, but he recovers it. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Jeff. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Walker. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Walker. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Well, I tell you what, it's easy to get spoiled watching this fella. I mean, he just makes it look so simple.
And the Hawks making a change here. Jenkins checked in. The Hawks trail by 8. On the court right now for the Hawks. Gaines in at point guard. Elton Brand is out there with John Jenkins. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Mack in at the shooting guard position. The dish out to Gaines. 5 to shoot. Fader on the way. Jefferson with the rebound. Jefferson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Ridnour kicks to Walker. Passes it to Henderson. Walker dishes to Henderson. Charlotte moving it around. Knocked away. And now running it up the court. Mack pushing it up. And Gaines gets it to go on the assist from Shelvin Mack. 12 points for Houdini. Bobcats leading by 6. Ridnour passes to Walker. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, one of the bright spots last year for Charlotte was the fact that Kemba Walker showed a lot of leadership with that team. I thought he had a marked improvement from his rookie season, and a lot of it had to do just with his confidence.
And he makes the first. Well, Clark, and back to Walker. Last season averaging about 18 points and 6 assists. Do you think he's more of a scoring point guard or a passer?
I think he's a guy who has to play off of his ability to score to create opportunities to pass. I think he's one of those guys that is most effective when he's attacking and looking to score, because that sets up his ability to pass and really helps his team, I think, get easier shots. Boy, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half. Getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
Gaines. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
It's been a good night for Houdini. He has 12 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
Well, anytime they've needed him, he's come through defensively. He's made a major impact on this game.
First free throw is good. So he gets them both. Here's Henderson. Now here's Walker. He feeds it to McRoberts. Back to Walker. 6 to shoot. With the fadeaway. Atlanta with the rebound. Teague's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Gaines kicks to Millsap. No good. Jefferson with some nice D. Bobcats leading by 6. Walker gets a screen from McRoberts. Henderson with it. Now guarded by Mack. Henderson kicks to Kid Gilchrist. The pass to Walker. Back to Kid Gilchrist. Henderson. Right through the cylinder that time. All net. And the Bobcats lead by 8. The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. He dishes it to Gaines. Feeds it to Mack. Just 5 to shoot. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Henderson. The feed now to Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Walker. Walker gets a screen from McRoberts. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. And that one's good. Walker's got 11 in the second half.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. And Matt kicks to Teague. Dishes to Millsap. McRoberts there. Takes the 13-footer. Rejected by McRoberts.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
And it's Walker penetrating. Pass to Henderson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Henderson's got 4 this quarter.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
Here's Mack. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. And here's Walker. And the Bobcats call time here.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there. And now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Walker's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Bobcats. It's off to Boston for them after this game as they take on the Celtics. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Ontic, guarded by Walker. It's tipped. And it's the Bobcats on the break. Walker's running, and it's blocked by Gaines. Here's Mack. Kicks to Gaines. No good on the 3. Walker in the post, defended by Gaines. Here's Here's Mack. Millsap a screen on Kid Gilchrist. Doubled by McRoberts. Ontich guarded by Walker. 5 on the clock. Here's Gaines. Misses off the right iron.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And it's Walker penetrating. Again, the miss by the Bobcats.
Well, I like his determination and his attitude and aggressiveness, but the defense wasn't going to back off that shot. They were tight on it.
Here's Gaines. That's good. Gaines has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Henderson dishes to Walker. And the call will go against Houdini. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
On defense, Atlanta. It's a 14-point game. Jefferson attacking. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Rejected by Millsap. Here is Gaines. Guarded by Walker. Fades away. And it's good. 18 points for Houdini.
Yeah, he's almost putting on a little show out there with that fadeaway jumper.
Bobcats leading by 12. Outside, Walker. Jefferson passing to Walker. That's good. Walker's got 15 points in just the second half.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Here is Gaines. Henderson defending. Gaines gets the bucket. Gaines has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
And here's what's upcoming now for the Hawks. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Ontich passes to Gaines. Defended by Kid Gilchrist. Got a piece of it. One-on-one fast break. And that one is hammered home.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
The shot's good from Ontich.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
Now Henderson. The kick out to Walker. He passes it to Henderson. Here's the dish to Kid Gilchrist. 6 on the shot clock. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And so it looks like the Bobcats will retain possession here.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
3 on the clock. Puts it up off the inbound. They grab their own miss. Rejected by Millsap. Here is Gaines. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kid Gilchrist. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Mack in Atlanta again with the bucket.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Charlotte leading by 10. Outside, Walker. He kicks it to Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Henderson. 6 to shoot. Here's Jefferson. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Jefferson's got 11 points here in just the second half. Here's Matt. Here's Gaines. And again, it's Atlanta.
What a quarter for him at the offensive end. He's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing.
The Bobcats shooting 47%, pretty solid. Walker goes in, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Walker's got 29.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. Got to get their defense in gear.
Here is Gaines, defended by Kid Gilchrist. Shot clock at 6. Fades and shoots. Gaines gets the bucket. 24 points for him.
Clearly, he's shaken off that cold shooting performance of the first half.
Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
Soft touch off the glass. 31 points for Kemba Walker.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Here is Gaines. Guarded by Walker. Gaines gets the brand. Rejected by Jefferson. They get it back. It's Millsap with the drive. 4 on the clock. Gaines. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Al Jefferson.
The Hawks last season weren't really a bad offensive team, but they did have one of the more memorable offensive nights, and not for anything positive. In a January game against a tough Bulls team, the Hawks only scored 58 points over the course of the entire game.
That's good from Gaines. As you said, the Hawks had one of the worst offensive nights, Clark, in the NBA, but overall, we're a solid offensive team right around the middle of the league. Steve just goes to show what can happen when a team goes cold.
Yeah, when you don't have that one guy who you can always lean on to score. I mean, there are going to be some nights where everything just misses, and I think that was the case that game against Chicago. It was kind of bizarre, but hey, over the course of 82 games, it's going to happen.
And Gaines drops them both. And so it's Charlotte with it. At one point, they led by 16. Hargo off a pick from Biombo. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
Schroeder passes it to Ontic. And good on the basket. Book it.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Charlotte shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. Here's Pargo. Right side Taylor. Ball stolen. Carroll dishes to Gaines. No one near him. And right through it goes. Here's Neal. So it's Charlotte picking up the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the